Hey there, JSR. Just throwing together a quick little tutorial that I hope will be helpful for you. This is like really unscripted, so I'll edit it down a little bit whenever I get repetitive or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go through the planet Earth and just sort of show you what I do and kind of show you some different options and kind of try and go over the basics here. And then I'm gonna show a run of the Destroy All Monsters category. That way I can show the fighting, sort of the fighting tactics for all the different enemies. After I do both of those things, I'll try and think of anything else useful I can come up with and show you really quickly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. First thing we do on Earth is we kill Mothra. Um, so you just have to hold right and you got to fly over some stuff, but most of this stuff won't hit you. You want to be on the lookout for some small little ships, just like that one, that come from the right side, and then just shoot it just as soon as it's about to be in front of your face. There's another kind of ship there, and then you saw me sort of fly down into that lightning bolt there from the second from the radar dish or the on the right, and then you just let it get parked into this corner. You can move around a little bit if you want to get some more of these balls from the sky to hit you, but you're usually safe to just stand there and uh, let Mothra die. I like to take little water breaks during the Mothra deaths. I'll go ahead and save state right here. But there's some Mothra deaths where you actually have to put in a little bit of work. So shoot that. Ooh. Okay, I missed a lightning bolt, so this is going to end up being kind of a slow death, but it costs maybe a couple of seconds or something, not really that big of a deal. So just sitting here and letting Mothra get hurt. I think I mentioned on Discord that when you kill Mothra, the previous kaiju to take a turn will take a turn, but when you kill her first, nobody went before that, so it just goes and does the first turn. So when you're moving when you're moving Godzilla, you can kind of move any way you want, really. I think you could even do this. That's fine. You just want to make sure that the third hex you're going to be going into is this one. So I just do this. Save state right here. So on this first stage where you have this full mountain right there on the right side of the screen, I like to start with one of these quick breath weapons I told you about. Kick, breath, and that gets rid of those. And actually it didn't just then. That was probably because my positioning was bad. So let's if you just holding right, just coming in. There we go, quick, and I didn't get it that time. I don't know why that's not working, but it's not that big of a deal. And then you can either tail slap through this other sort of short mountain, just kind of tail slap your way or whatever to the end of the stage. There we go. Now we got them both. You can also jump, but then and then use your kicks. You want all these things that are flying at you in the air can probably cause knockbacks. So you can kick while you're jumping over this mountain here to avoid that, so that you can just keep maintaining a rightward momentum. And then for this second stage that you're going to get to, you can do the same thing here, jump over this mountain and then tail slap through those things. Tail slap this first one, tail slap and punch that first mountain. And then I usually breath weapon through these three mountains here, then tail slap this, and oops, got knocked back. Every individual knockback doesn't matter, but they add up over the course of the game. So let's do this again. I do a little sort of wiggle right there to avoid. Ooh, I just did a short breath right here, which did not matter too much. Okay, I used a kick to make sure that lightning bolt didn't knock me back. And then I was able to get through there pretty quick. Okay, I'll show that one more time. Jumping over, kicking, little wiggle here usually helps me to avoid knockbacks from those blue lasers. Slap, punch, breath weapon through these three. Jump, kick. Ooh, I kicked too late, so I got knocked back behind the half mountain there. And that's enough of that. So then we take another two. We're actually going to have another one of those stages again later anyways. So then we're here in sort of this brain bush area. I usually just breath weapon to sort of glide through it. Oh, but that brain came and tagged me. So let me show that again. Okay, I usually just wait for that brain creature to sort of basically be inside Godzilla's head. And sort of just time your breath weapon for that moment, and then you won't get knocked back. Usually, at least, anyways. Just to show you some options, I think Jahaley and Buffalax, they don't breath weapon through this. They just tail slap, but I usually have problems with it, just like I did just there. I don't know exactly how they're doing it, but I'm just letting you know. Oopsie. But I prefer to just do the breath weapon technique. Alright, and then we got another one of these. Same stages. Jump over here, do that little wiggle. There's even less of a wiggle right there. Slap, punch, breath weapon through these three. Gonna jump and kick to avoid that knockback, and tail slap my way out of here. So what you want to do with Gazora here, so Gazora doesn't deal any damage to you, but she can cause you to waste a lot of time if she pins you in the corner to the left. And your breath weapon will only ever do 2 bars of damage to her. But at this level, she only got 4 bars. That's half her life, so that's pretty good. What I usually do is I usually lead in with some punches and try and punch her and wait until she's about to pin me. Ooh, a tail slap there. And there we go. That was actually a pretty good fight. So punching to try and keep her at bay. Wait until she's down to 2 bars. She's being very cooperative just then. She's not really going to be that cooperative, which is why I should have save stated earlier than this moment, so that I could have shown you some different patterns. But here's her backing me in. Oh, and then when she backs me in, I usually just kind of sit there, jumping and punching and kicking. And if I have enough energy, press and start, waiting for the moment where she's going to actually back off. Like this. So she's got me pinned, and I'm just jumping and punching, waiting for her to back up. Now she's got me pinned again. But she can just really be a pain in the butt sometimes. It's mostly it's not a matter of whether or not you're going to kill her in one fight. It's a matter of how much time does it take. That was kind of perfect because she never knocked me back, and I was dealing damage the whole time. So now I'll show you fighting Maguera. So now I said that with Gazora, you can only ever get 2 bars of damage with your breath weapon. But with Maguera and some of the other monsters, you can get 4 bars if you hit them from the right distance. So for Maguera, the right distance is like his chest, basically. Basically, about a third of the way into his sprite, I guess I would say. And when I say that's what you're aiming for, I mean like the wider part, like the end of your breath weapon, like the wide part of it, is where you want to be hitting that part that I'm going to tell you is where you're aiming. So what I usually do is I tail slap. So here's the other problem. Maguera, while you're breath weaponing, will move at you. And so in order to maintain your breath weapon and keep it on the spot you're aiming for, you have to back up while Maguera while you're blasting Maguera. So what I usually do then is tail slap him to the side and then back up, and he tagged me as I was backing up, so I didn't get the full 4 bars. And then I tail slap him back to the side and either wait until I have 3 bars of damage, do some punches, and then I can finish him off. So we'll try that again here. Tail slap him to the side, back up while doing a breath weapon, tail slap him back to the side, and just keep him sort of stun locked with your tail slap until you get 3 bars of energy. Come up for some punches, and then breath weapon if he knocks you back. If he doesn't knock you back, then go ahead and just keep punching. That'll probably be faster. And you can also skip that death animation, the exploding stuff, if you are able to get the killing blow while Maguera is hopping. So I'll actually try and show that here. So you do little hops yourself as you're punching him to sort of try and make him hop. And if you kill him while he's in the air, there we go. Finally got him to jump up in the air so I can punch him. So we didn't have a death animation when he was in the air while we killed him. So it's not worth like going out of your way to try for, but like if you're in a situation where you are punching him to death, do some little hops to try and like get him to jump, because it could save you a few seconds, but don't throw away a good time on it or anything. It's just something that can happen that's kind of nice. All right, so we'll go ahead and save state here. Move through these next 2 hexes. So now we're on one of these lava stages. We're going to have these sort of fire harpies and stuff. What I like to do is another one of these quick breaths to clear out these two. Ooh, I didn't like that. I got knocked back a lot. So quick breath here. Do a quick breath to knock out those guys. Do a jumping tail slap on that guy usually just to get rid of any like little fireballs that he's done. And then for this dragon here, I usually do a breath weapon kind of late, like just before I'm about to walk into him. And then you just glide through him. You just can glide through him because he's not knocking you back. You can just tail slap these volcanoes. Late breath weapons so that I just glide through them because you're in the middle of an animation and you're not going to get knocked back. Quick breath to get those 2 guys. Late breath to glide through them. Use it to not be careful. So if your timing on that breath weapon is bad, sometimes you actually won't even initiate the breath weapon. Like you'll do the animation of charging up for it, but you won't actually do the breath. And that's because like I think you're inside that Derpy Barba's or whatever's hitbox. And so when you're inside of its hitbox, it won't initiate your blast for some reason. It's kind of weird. So you don't want to be too early on your breath weapon, unless you're too early, in which case you just kill that dragon with the breath weapon, and that's okay. But I like to glide through it the way that I just did. So then we're here on this weird sort of squid world. I think you called these things that are going to be in here like Metroids. And yeah, it might as well be. They don't do any damage, but they can cause lag, and you can see if you let them live, they divide. And then they end up causing lag when there's too many of them. So you want to clear them away. They don't take too many punches. You can even do a little quick blast, clear them away before they multiply. Try and take them out quick. These yellow ones, they actually can hurt you and do not knockbacks. So definitely clear them out of the way as quickly as you can. Whereas the purple ones, they don't knock you back, they don't do damage, they just cause lag. But the yellow ones only take one hit. Show that one more time. Whereas the purple ones take a couple or a few. Doing some jumping tail slaps so I can get some long. The tail slap, it's slow, but it's long range. So it can be kind of useful. I'll just go ahead and save here. So now we're going to go through these sort of base stages that are all these sort of mechanical and everything. So all the sort of obstacles here, they don't really seem to have like hit points and take a certain number of attacks. Everything else in the game kind of does have hit points, because as you level up and get stronger, it takes you less hits to kill it. You know, a dragon, one of those, lava dragons takes like 3 tail slaps to destroy at these low levels, but later on it eventually only takes you 2. So there is kind of hit points. But for a lot of things on these stages, like all it ever takes is 1 hit, but it's just a matter of timing. So we'll start off with these sort of ones here that sort of open up. You got to hit them when they're open, which is, pretty obvious. And then these little shooter things, you got to hit them sort of as they're shooting. These little triple laser shooters, you got to hit them as they're shooting in order to destroy them. But 1 hit still will do it. But that's not actually even the way that we go through this stage. We don't actually have to destroy these things. We can just walk past them. So tail slap to block these balls, tail slap, tail slap, tail slap, and then I kick this last one at just the right time so that I'm both destroying it and then also preventing myself from being knocked back from the little light balls that were coming from the left. So I'll show this again. Just tail slap to avoid the knockback, tail slap, tail slap, tail slap, tail slap, well-timed kick. And then that gets us through this stage nice and easy. So on some of these yellow bases, we start off with one of those little light ball shooters right at the beginning, and you don't even have control of Godzilla for those first, however many frames. So this is like usually an unavoidable knockback. Right here, I just don't get control of Godzilla in time to do any sort of knocking. But sometimes I can get, like, I don't know what conditions allow it, but sometimes you can get in like a quick kick or punch that does prevent it, but it's pretty rare. But usually just kind of button mash something as you're coming in and hope that maybe you get it. But what I do instead, what I also do is I just do the breath weapon so that I start one right away, and then I breath weapon that thing right after the knockback, because it opens up just in time to get breath weapon, and then you don't have to deal. Oh, well, I missed it on that one. But let me try and get it again. Breath weapon, and then I just get it as I'm moving forward. So then now we've got these little triple missile shooting guys. These ones, you got to hit them right after they move, not while they're shooting, right after they move. And these lightning eyeballs, you can do them at any time. You don't have to worry about timing. These walls, you got to give them a couple of kicks after they're out. These triple missile shooters, remember, you got to wait until after it moves. I'm just going to glide past these light balls. You don't need to do it with a tail slap like I did before. You can kick these guys, but again, you got to wait until after they move before you can get them. So I'll show that again. Lightning blast to get out this guy. Kill these lightning eyes. Kill this wall. Just tail slap past all this stuff. So you see I'm getting lag right now, and I'm not even doing my breath weapon. That's color palette lag. So you see these little ships that are coming out. They're the same color of blue as Godzilla. So those can cause lag too. So try and give those things a quick whack if you can to get them off the screen, so that you stop getting that lag. These ones that are in the sky, you can't hurt those. So put that guy right there, and that guy. Tail slap that guy to get him out of here. Tail slap that guy. I got a lot of knockback there. That was a really bad example of how to do that stage, but okay. And then I move on to Mars, and that's kind of went over sort of how I did Earth, and hope I showed you the different options and stuff.